welcome to 28 before 28, where I make 28 brews before my 28th birthday. And this is brew number 11. And I know the days are not synchronizing with the actual days before my birthday because yesterday I had to take a day off because I wasn't feeling good. And I'm so glad I did that. But I did do a little like first part of it. So I'm still gonna continue with that card, and I'm still gonna continue with the herb slash plant slash flower that I got. And the card that I got was the Two of Cups. And this card is called Love. And then the plant that I got is hibiscus, which is beautiful and amazing and actually just very freaking fitting. But before we start, I just want to say that I do have a link below in my description or in my bio, depending on where you're watching this, to raise funds for Sudanese humanitarian aid. Right now, the country needs our help. They need our support, and the people are doing their absolute best to take care of each other, and they need our support. So we need to be able to send some funds in order to get some food, some medicine, some housing, some shelter, any form of safety to keep those people alive. So if you have anything to spare, please donate to the link below. And if you want to spend anything less than 5, please do send it in my link tree. I do have Venmo, PayPal, Cash App that you can send $1 or $2, and then I will send it all together as the funds come through. Thank you. And all right, so we have the Two of Cups and the hibiscus. And yesterday I talked about how I like the Two of Cups. I read about it, and it was kind of like love that is outside of you. And I was saying that, oh, like I'm just gonna do what I gotta do. And I think this is something that I actually learned in the Rider-Waite tarot about the Two of Cups, and the way that it showed to me, or how it showed up in my life, is that a lot of the work that I have been doing, the emotional work that I've been doing on myself, in order for me to truly grow, in order for me to truly get to just grow and evolve as a person, I feel like it comes as if from my higher self, right? From my higher self that's doing all of these things for my current self. And then by the time it comes to the Two of Cups, it's like the meeting of those, right? Of the two, of like my current self and my higher self. In that moment, we meet in one. And then now we're in union, right? And then we go on to our next path. And I feel like each time the Two of Cups arrives, I'm meeting that other higher self. So it's always that there's always one that's kind of like calling me in, guiding me, pouring love into me and stuff like that. And at some point I become that embodiment of that love, and then I move on to the next one. So I do understand that this card says it's like the love from other or from things, the duality of love, the flow of love. And I was thinking about it because I talked about hibiscus, and I actually will link my first video, which is the love brew. The first one that I did was, and it was based on the Ace of Cups, and I did have hibiscus on that. And then another one, which was like the Sudanese blood one, which I was talking about Sudanese blood and the shedding of blood, and how hibiscus reminds me of home, but also reminds me of my existence and why my existence is resistance, right? Because we're being eradicated, right? There's genocide in Darfur. They're killing people. So my existence is way bigger than just me, right? It is a lifelong. It's for my ancestors. Like, they have shed blood in order for me to be where I'm at right now. So why wouldn't I make the best of my life? Why wouldn't I make use of my life to make sure that I do live a life, even if none of them have like tasted a little bit of what I've been tasting, but it's because of them that I do get to taste it. So that is also love that flows in the veins. You know what I mean? Like, I know that they're here for me. I ask them for their protection all the freaking time. I ask them to borrow their resilience all the freaking time, their strength and all of that, because guess what? They have that, and I have it too. It flows in my veins. So it is something that always connects me to that kind of like higher love, right? It is something outside of me, but also at the same time, it is something within me. It's inside of me, you know? So these are kind of my interpretations of it. I was reading about it. I was like, okay, so yesterday, because I wasn't feeling good, I decided to do all of the things that make me feel good, right? I got a new book, and it was so cute. I started a new book. I ate like a juicy meal to fill me up, and I made sure that I drank a lot of water, and I had even a little bit of a snack. You know what I mean? So I was doing things to make me feel good. I was in bed, I was laying, and I made sure to take care of myself, to put my phone down and just give myself that care because I needed that, right? My body was going through something, and the only way I could kind of allow it to go through the motion is to allow it to be. So I made the environment as safe and as cozy, as homey, and as nourishing as possible for it to be able to get that rest. And I slept so good. I slept for so long too, and I'm so proud of myself that I get to take care of myself in that way. Another thing that actually like shows up to me in terms of the Two of Cups too, it's like it's the love that you want to receive, but in order for you to receive that love, you need to be able to give it to yourself. And I don't think that's the only way that you need to receive it, but I'm saying that sometimes we don't know how to handle stuff that we don't know how to give to ourselves, right? It's just, I don't know, I just feel like it's really hard for you to give care if you don't care to yourself. I mean, you can, but usually it's probably you're depleted or doing it out of necessity or all of the things, all the things. But it's so much, it flows so much lighter and so much like in a healthy manner when you're able to give yourself that. So if this is my standard for myself that I give to myself when I'm feeling a certain way, or in just my day to day, just my everyday, I treat myself in such respect and such care with such nourishment, it is so hard for me to receive anything less because this is where I'm at. So anything less won't even meet me where I'm at, right? So now if I am the standard, then anything that has to come either needs to meet me exactly where I'm at or even go above and beyond. And that's just how I see it. You know what I mean? Don't blame me on this. It's just, you gotta set the standard, but you gotta be the standard. Um, Another thing about the hibiscus is also it was talking about the flow. So in the picture of it, you can see that there's a lot of flow happening, right? And it's coming from both sides. And this, what I really like about this was that I was kind of thinking about it in terms of like what hibiscus does as a flower. Hibiscus, what it does is that it helps the blood circulation, the vitality, right? So it is in the flow of the blood, right? And it's also like healing of the heart, right? It allows you to kind of like, it comforts the heart, allows love through, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like comforting. But what is really beautiful about it is also the way it exists in duality is that hibiscus flower is so delicate. It is so beautiful. She just lays there and she's like, she just does her thing. She just does her thing. But at the same time, she is so strong in terms of like what she becomes, right? When you dry it out, she becomes so strong, so tough. Let me show you this one. You see that? So she becomes really strong in the way that she is too. So she exists in her delicacy and also in her strength, but she also exists in her softness because she is a soft, delicate flower, and also in the boldness of her. Like she has a taste to her that is very bold. It's very like, so it shows the duality. So I really love that aspect of the tea of the plant as well as like, well, the tea or the brew or whatever, and the Two of Cups. Another thing I would say is that the aspect between hibiscus is considered to be a very Venusian plant or flower because of like its properties and how it looks and the color and all the fun stuff. And then this card was a Venus in Cancer, and yesterday I was talking about Venus in Cancer is all about nourishing. It's all about the emotional flow of things. And today just happened that I had a conversation with a friend of mine and we were just catching up and whatnot, and I felt that, right? Like there's some people that you just talk to and you have conversation with and things just flow, and there's no weight to it. There's no like, I don't know, it's just like this, just it flows harmoniously. And I think this just happens to be a perfect day to also have like to like just the synchronicity of things, you know what I mean, to have that lovely conversation and to just feel so fulfilled after, right? Like to just end the conversation and just be like, wow, I really like I love this person, and I'm glad I had this conversation, and this conversation just added something into my life. You know what I mean? And that is something that is hard to come by. Not is it only hard to come by, but I think it's hard to come by and hard to maintain, and also hard to manage when you don't know that this is it, like this is the standard. I think when you go through so many relationships in life, you start kind of like, as you grow older, you start shifting and you start kind of like sifting through what is for you and what's not, and then you realize that, oh, like you want something that flows, you want something that is like there's emotions in it, that there is like connection, that there is care and compassion, and also just understanding for who you are, even if it's not a total full understanding, but it's kind of like, I love you regardless, and I just love the person that you are as you are, and that's it. Like, I don't want to change you in any way. I know that's just who you are, and that's fine, you know. And I think that is so like Two of Cups coded, you know, like it's like, oh, like I love you, you love me, you know, I love you as you are, you love me as I am, and it just flows when we connect, and it just nourishes me as we are in union together. And that is so, so beautiful. So I think this card isn't just romantic love, it is also platonic love, but it's just love, you know what I mean? Like, it's, that's the name of the card. The card is just love that flows and just accepts, and you know what I mean? So that's kind of what I've been learning a lot in this journey, is like the more you pour that love into yourself, you see love everywhere and you want more of it. And that's how you kind of like want to go through life, and you know, want to experience things through love, because it is so magical. It's so life altering, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many experiences in life that I've had, and I've experienced so many things, and there's still so much to experience, but the things that really make a lasting effect are things that literally have poured into me with love, just by being there, right? Like, one thing for me is nature. Nature does that naturally, right? Like, nature just exists, and I'm just like, oh my god, you're so beautiful. Look at you pouring into me. Look at the wind. Oh, you're flirting with me. Stop. You know what I mean? The water flows, and you're like, oh my god. Stop flowing like that. Stop it. You know what I mean? Like, everything speaks love when you yourself know how to recognize love, and then you recognize that you are part of that love story, you're part of that world, you're part of that nature, and you belong in that nature. And I think for me and for so many people, a lot of the struggle is in belonging. But I think we want to belong so hard within people and communities and stuff like that, but we lose ourselves in the process. But when you learn how to belong and recognize that you fit in, because you are part of this universe, you are part of the whole, you are whole, you are the universe incarnate, you are made out of stardust, you are one in the universe, you are in union with the universe. And isn't that just it? So for this card, for me, it is love that comes through in any form, not just from people and not just from relationships. I mean, yes, in relationship, but not just with people. Relationship with nature, relationship with my book that I got, relationship with tea, with honey, with the brews that make me feel like, oh, like this is life. Like, I love this. I enjoy this. Like, you give me so much love, and I'm so appreciative of you in my life and what you give me, and I love that we have this relationship. I'm so thankful for the things that I consume and make me feel good. You know? Even the things that I know that I consume and don't make me feel good, I'm still like appreciative of it too. But then I'm like, sorry, boo, I love you, but I can't have you. And that is such a real way of existing in life. You can love people and also not have them in life. You know, you could be in. Let me just end it there. Let's start the brew. Actually, the brew today is going to be a little bit of a mix. So I will be using some hibiscus flower. I'll be steeping it in my little steeper. So I'll be using a couple. I do like a torty one, so I will be filling it up quite a bit. Like this much. That's a lot, actually. So I'm going to put this back. But I'm also going to be using ginger. just because I feel like I need a little bit of a circulation in my belly digestive system. I need it to be active. Whoa, that was a lot. So we have some ginger, some hibiscus, and then that's it. Just gonna pour some hot water, let it steep, and then I'll add some honey later. Alright, I got my lid. Now I'll let it steep for like 7 to 10 minutes and I will drink this when she is ready. You guys, she is ready to be had. I am so grateful for you. This is my 11th brew and I love you. I send you so much love, so much care, and thank you for being patient with me through this process and for supporting me. I love you guys so much. Oh my god. I am so grateful for the support that I'm receiving. I love you, and until next time.